All right, welcome to the 18th and the 19th day of Black History Month. Um, I wanted to kind of make this into two because this person's very, very important. Not that anybody else that came before them wasn't important, but I got a lot of facts on this person, and the video might take a little bit of time if I just ever stop gabbing right now. So, with that said, though, welcome to the 19th day of Black History Month. Today we got Nelson Mandela. Um, I knew a lot of these. I knew one or two of these videos would not always be super happy and like, oh, this person invented that and this and that and rainbow and sunshine. And I wanted to make sure some of the emotions came through on these videos of how gritty and sometimes dark and how much drive and effort these people had to put in to their causes, and they fought their whole life to do it. Even this guy, right? So Nelson Mandela, he was born in 1819 and he lived a pretty long life until 2013. One of my favorite South Africans. So we all hear about a recent South African in the news right now that's causing some waves, but this guy is actually 100%. I shouldn't say 100%, but he's a good man, and you can read through the history books on that. It's not like he donated a lot of his money to this cause. But anyway, not gonna get super deep into that. A South African anti-apartheid revolutionary, a political leader, and a philanthropist. Weird. Um, South Africa's first black head of state and first elected in a fully representative democratic election from election of president from 1994 to 1999. So what that means is people voted for him democratically, not just like in the sense of our states of saying like, we got our representatives and whatnot, we can do that like that. This was like, okay, you voted, okay, you voted. Yes, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. People voted that way. It was counted up that way. Not necessarily 1, 2, skip a few, California, Florida, okay, swing state, and that person won. Or you just pay it off. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying some of the numbers don't make sense from some of the elections in the United States. It's cool. Like I said, it's gonna be a 2 minute. It's gonna be a long video. So I'm gonna chop this one up. During his time in office, he focused on dismantling the legacies of apartheid by tackling I can't even do it, by tackling racism and fostering a radical reconciliation. He was arrested in 1962 for conspiring to overthrow the state, which was sentenced to life imprisonment and the Riavana trial. So a lot of things people don't get about Africa, which unfortunately is our Western world, our school system teaches you that Africa is a country. Well, they don't teach you that. Most people just think Africa is a country. It's a continent. It's not a country. It's just a continent that's made up of a bunch of other different countries or city states or city countries or state countries, if you will, too. So like Egypt, obviously, a whole other country. Also in Africa. A lot of people didn't know that. Anyway, but you have South Africa, and that is what they're talking about in this, right? And I'm not exactly sure where that lines are drawn on the map for that, but you can check it out for yourself. Please do. I actually encourage everyone to go do that. Africa's a very, very big place. I've personally never been. They don't seem like they got that many racetracks over there. When they build some more tracks, I'm going over there. Let's go a world tour. I got my passport. Let's go. So I was saying, he was imprisoned for 27 years. So this man spent 27 years of his life in prison for trying to like overthrow the government that was saying like, hey, apartheid. So apartheid, a lot of people don't know, it's basically like segregation for America. If you don't know what segregation is, I tell you to go look that up. Basically, best way I could say it is there was a white water fountain and a black water fountain, or a white bathroom and a black bathroom. You might have seen that in other things in our videos of like, wow, I'm getting choked up there. Okay. You might have seen that in other movies such as Hidden Figures and Forrest Gump, where they had like the white school, black school. But in apartheid, it was like for real, for real. Like they would like, here you could maybe do a sit-in or something like that. You still get beat up and roughed up and jailed. In Africa, it was like you know, unalived. Or they at this sign right here, it says under strict section of Durban laws, this bathing area is reserved for the sole use of members of the white race group, and it said in multiple different languages. So they wanted you to know, for real, only white people could be there. Kind of wild, right? In Africa, to where the native people look a certain way that are not considered white. The majority landowners weren't allowed to actually have some of the things or rights as people that came over there and had that land. So this is a little hard for me because I see it a little bit today, right? But I've had a very charmed life. I'm gonna keep moving. Like I said, he was in prison for 27 years, and when he got out, he became the president of Africa or South Africa. Here, get a message. Okay. These efforts led to and resulted in the 1994 multiracial general elections, which Mandela won. So he won president, and he worked his whole life to try and get racism out of Africa. But as we still know, as if anybody thinks of Africa, we might say like, oh, those are the people that need the water, or they need the rice, or they need this, or they need that. And whatever, like, oh, Africa poor, Africa poor. And somebody once told me when I was a young man, that said, how could Africa ever be poor when they have a lot of land, they have a lot of crops, they have all the animals, not all, but they have a lot of the animals that people want to see. They got the ivory, they got the tusk, they got the lions, they got the hippos, they got the alligators, they got the crocodiles, they got the hippos, which kill a lot of people per year. They got the gold, they got the lithium, they got the silver, they got everything. Everything is in Mother Africa. This man told me, everything is in Mother Africa. How could they be poor unless somebody was stealing from them? And as I've gotten older, that makes a lot more sense to me. And I'm not here trying to be a revolutionary like that. I'm just trying to teach some people some facts about some things. So, like I said, a lot of these things weren't always going to be super, great, awesome, fantastic. But I want people to also think and learn things about great leaders such as this man. So if you ever seen Mandela, a picture of him, he typically had a smile on his face. And if this man could smile through all the injustices in 27 years in prison, as he might have seen it and everything else like that, if he can make it through that, how could I not smile every day? How can I not try and work hard? How can I not be thankful for the reasons I've been born in the country I am and have the things that I have and the 10 fingers and 10 toes I got? So I got to keep going. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to split this up into a couple of different parts. Said though, SK out. One. Thank you.